the thing I wanted to talk to you about was the people that protest over at Fearmans Pork Factory, the vegans that protest over there. So, I don't know if you've heard this story, but what happened was, you've seen them stop the trucks. They'll stop the trucks, and people will go up, and truckers will have to get out and like shoo people away. Get away from my truck! So, a group stopped a truck. This is like almost a year ago now. Stopped a truck from going into the factory, obviously screwing up traffic. Could cause an accident. It's a traffic problem. We have traffic police, right? It's a traffic violation. You've disrupted the traffic flow, right? First problem. Second problem, what's happening is these vegan activists are stopping these pigs, stopping the trucks with the pigs on the way to slaughter, and they'll routinely now give them bottles of water because that's being merciful, and the pigs look thirsty, right? So now what happened is there was a lady from one specific organization last year that got caught doing that. The police officer decided to arrest her and charge her, right? And I think she got released. I'm not sure about all the details of the court case, but it all started right there at Fearmans Pork Factory. And the argument is, the legal arguments from my point of view and from what I've read about the case and what's happening is you stop traffic. That's a problem, right? You give pigs an unknown liquid while a trucker is responsible for getting them from point A to point B. That's a problem. Who's to say they're not giving these pigs anthrax or weaponized bioweapons this or weaponized that? And the argument that I heard today, a response to that was, well, a vegan animal rights activist would never harm an animal. And I'm thinking, like, newsflash, that animal that you're giving water to is going to be dead in an hour. I know that they're doing like an act of mercy or whatever, but an act of mercy for an animal that's going to be dead in an hour. So if you have a militant vegan, I'm talking asshole militant vegans now, who think, you know what, I'm going to get back at the whole industry and poison these pigs and whoever winds up eating it with ricin or anthrax.
Not even poison the pigs, or maybe you don't know if they were going to do a mercy kill on them. Maybe there's something
there you go.
In the water to do a mercy kill.
So
the vegan thing to do, because they're going to die in an hour anyways.
Right.
A horrible death versus fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's a really good point, mercy kill. Because that's what they call it, mercy for animals, right? So why don't they just euthanize the animals? We're just euthanizing the animals on the side of the road.
The exact same stuff that you inject an animal in could have been in that water. All the pig would have did was just get tired, just go to sleep and die.
What my vegan community is doing is using this as like a martyr. She's like, the chick who did it is a martyr because she was just sticking up for the animals, and
as a martyr, like
she's like
they're praising her.
Yeah, and now because it's got media attention, the story, and because there was an arrest and it's big in the newspapers
from a year ago, and they're still talking
about it to this day because it's a big deal, and there's people on both sides of the fence, right? Which is why I wanted to talk to you about it. I mean, you're not a vegan, I'm a vegan, but when I decided to go vegan, I didn't stop using like my brain. I get why it's a problem from any point of view, Carnist, meat eater, whatever. You can't stop traffic. And you can't go up to animals in transit from point A to point B and give them fluid. Like, okay, you're giving them water. Can you prove that every single person here is giving these pigs water? Can you prove that that's water? Like, I get it, because I've shipped things and so have you. I get it from a shipping point of view. Like, you have to be responsible for that load from point A to point B. So I see the legal problems. And,
we discussed this before. The whole meat thing is, you're not going to break people from doing that. This is something that's been going on since the beginning of time. That's something they're not going to be able to change.
And because you and I work so close to Fearmans Pork Factory, we see every day 10,000 pigs, every day, truck after truck after truck. So I
good luck.
Yeah, I get that they have the conversation going, which is better
They're trying to make a change in the wrong place.
I've said that before, that you should, if you're going to protest, don't protest at the slaughterhouse where all the dollars are already exchanged. Protest at the point of purchase or on city streets where people are about to eat their meal, like at home, in the suburbs.
Exactly.
Or like go to...
And it's not even about a protest. Educate people today. There's no reason why... Today, there's no reason why today that we need to eat meat. There's no reason. There is. Really, let's be honest. There's no reason. I do it because I love it. I'm going to eat it because I like it. But I will live tomorrow if I don't eat meat. You know what I mean? There's no reason for it. So, but they're going about it the wrong way. That's all. They're going about it all wrong. Start educating the people.
Yeah.
This isn't Neanderthal times where, you don't know where you're going to get your next meal, and, if you don't eat, you're going to die. These times are different. So,
that's all they really wanted to say. And run by you, because I get yelled at from vegans saying, "Oh, you're not a vegan because you're not supporting this," and I'm just like, well,
here's why.
Yeah. Well, I don't. It's not that I'm not. I like that the conversation's happening. People are talking about, this lady that got arrested for feeding pigs water, and good on her. Taking one for the team.
Yeah, but who's saying good on her? Just the people who are already vegans. Have they successfully stopped any slaughter? No. Have they successfully changed any meat eating person to a vegan?
Probably not.
No. So, what the hell's the point?
It's like us jerking each other off. We're all encouraging each other, I guess. I don't know.
Man, I don't know. It's stupid. Just stupid. Come on. Maybe they need to eat a little meat.
I don't think so. But,
That'd be nuts.
yeah, I mean, Fearman's Pork Slaughterhouse is open today, and they're busy as ever.
10 trucks a day, at least, if not more.
So they didn't stop anything.
No, it's not even a hiccup.
No, and that's really my point.
So why are you praising her?
I don't even remember the chick's name.
Just crazy.
But people are copying her, all over the world, and so part of that's admirable because I see it. I've seen videos of people copying this behavior of stopping the trucks on the way into the slaughterhouse and making sure these pigs get water. I've seen this in Scotland. I've seen it in England now. People are replicating the behavior. And they think that they're doing some good.
Wow, let's give somebody an idea to really screw up people. Like, you can't let that go. You shouldn't have even done that because maybe there is that one person out there sadistically thinking, how can I harm a lot of people at one time? Well, geez, let's just poison some of the food chain. Oh, how do we do that? Oh, geez, they're stopping these vegans are stopping this truck and they're giving the pigs water.
No, and see, this is my point. I'm a vegan, but I can also see the real potential danger here.
Oh yeah.
Of somebody like an asshole or a guy who's out to he doesn't care about people, out to take one for the team, or maybe like some guy releasing, a bioweapon or something. And blame it on the vegan community. Like, there needs to be laws. You can't just interrupt traffic and go up to animals and start giving them bottles of whatever. Yeah, like there has to be laws against that.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's not the point where.
Did she get convicted of anything?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to follow up with that one.
I mean, she may be a martyr to the vegans, but I think they should also be set an example of now. And if you do that, this is what's going to happen. Is you're putting people's lives at risk now.
Yeah, and I can see it from the vegan point of view where it's like, all these trucks, all these pigs are dying, and, we need to bring attention to this, and, have suffering, the animals are suffering.
Bring attention to something that we already know.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. I got it.
Yeah.
Why don't you go save the lambs?
Thanks, Rick. Thanks for letting me run that one by you.
No problem.
It's frustrating.
No problem, my vegan buddy.
It makes me feel like,
we could get along. We prove it.
It makes me feel like I'm not a good enough vegan because I haven't joined many protest groups. I haven't.
And why would you be a vegan for the right reasons?
Well, you can be a vegan and go protest things. I just haven't found a protest that I want to be a part of. I went vegan for all the wrong reasons, man.
I guess.
I went vegan because of a dream that we were serving humans to people instead of chickens.
It'll come to that eventually. Oh, what?
Yeah, probably.
No, man. Do it because it's a health thing. Don't do it because you're. Instead of protesting killing pigs, go protest wars and stuff.
Yeah, well, there's a whole group of vegans that think that all life is equal, and I was having this conversation with Desiree the other day.
I 100% agree.
No, I don't agree that all life is equal.
All life, but all life is valuable. But
all life is valuable. There you go.
Yeah, but the thing is there's food chains and who's on top of that chain. They're there for a reason. Like I said, this is something that's been going on before. Come on, how long has the human species been eating some form of meat?
Yeah, and before that, the dinosaurs, there was vegetarian and meat-eating.
Meat eaters.
Yeah, it's always been both at the same time.
It's always been both. And yeah.
As far as recorded history goes, it's always been both.
There's an argument that we shouldn't do that. Absolutely. There's an argument that we should do that. Absolutely. So be an individual. You decide what you want to do. I'm going to respect either way. But protesting it, and there's, like I said, there's better ways of doing it. If you still feel strong about it, don't do it that way.
Do you think that the Fearmans pork factory is the place to protest if you're going to organize a protest?
No.
Why not? Why isn't that a good spot to protest? Outside of the fact that it's right off a highway and right in front of a highway entrance on one of the busiest intersections in Burlington. Outside of all that.
Well, outside of all that, if you take a step back, are you actually going to accomplish anything? Like, if you actually step back and accomplish, do it right. We have political systems for a reason. Like, go through the process, do it right. Find out that they're doing something wrong. That you know what I mean? Like, find and go through the political channels and create a bill on. Like, do it right. Just protesting is doing nothing. Careless.
Yeah, I'm so conflicted about it. Like, I'll see them protesting, I'll honk, I'll wave. I don't want to join them though. I get what. See, the thing is, you and I both know a lot of vegans who are well-intentioned.
Guess what?
What?
They kill pigs there.
Yeah.
People tell me on the corner every so often. I didn't know that.
It's a slaughterhouse, man.
That's what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah. So, you and I both know some vegans who are a little bit spacier than others.
Hold on. Okay.
And I get that they're good intention. They have good intentions.
The problem you have, when you go on a vegan diet, you need to keep your calories up. Bottom line.
Calories are a little low.
Calories are the most important thing to you.
Yeah.
You need so, we're not going to name any names, but our one close friend who went vegan went to the extreme, believed that, we shouldn't even be eating cooked stuff. You should be raw.
Humanity went wrong at fire.
Yeah, that's where humanity went wrong. So he reverted right back to eating raw. Well, guess what? Certain nutrients weren't making it to his brain. And he might have got a little crazy. Got a little paranoid. Yeah. Microwaves were killing him. That were out of nowhere.
Not everybody can be a 170-pound vegan like yours truly.
Well, yeah, everybody can be a 170-pound vegan if they understand calories.
Well, again, and a lot of people, like we were saying earlier, people across the board just don't know how to cook. They don't know how to cook. People don't know how to cook, and people don't know how to eat. Grown men don't know how to cook. They wait around for, their wives to cook for them. Or they go through a drive-thru, because people just do not know how to cook anymore.
No.
And they don't know what spices, they don't know what flavor is, and I can sort of feel where those people are coming from. If you decide to go vegan and you don't know how to cook, you're sort of screwed, right? What am I going to do? Eat carrots and potatoes? That's what you're going to have to do if you don't know how to cook.
They ain't gonna cut it.
No.
Yeah.
So where is the best place to organize a protest if you're going to protest against eating animals? Because clearly there's a whole group of people that want to organize a protest and go hang out in front of Fearmans Pork Factory. If you could say anything to that group of people, what would you say to them as a fellow meat eater yourself?
No, that's not the place to do it.
Where is the place to do it?
I'd go to Ottawa. I'd probably, voice your opinion there. But
in our nation's capital.
Yeah, but the problem is too is
what about in front of supermarkets at the point of purchase where people are making the decision to buy meat? How about right there? That was my idea.
Well, yes, but you can't do it in the supermarket. in the supermarket, and you can't really do it.
And you can't hold up their traffic either.
No, this is why I'm saying it's a lot of they're forgetting they're interfering with people's lives and livings as well. So it's they don't look at the bigger picture when they do that. You're not looking at the bigger picture when you're just going to go stand in front of No Frills' freezer with a sign and say, "Did you know you're killing this?" Don't do that. You're interrupting business.
Well, if they want to get a message across, maybe they'll look at that as advantageous to interrupt business.
Here's the best one. Go rent a spot. Go buy an ad. Do a spot on TV. Start an organization, but in a good way. Represent the good sides of being vegan, the health sides, and how good you feel and you don't have this problem. Represent that first before you make people realize that, we're killing baby animals. Like, show the good side of veganism instead of the bad side. And then people will more likely want to change because when they see the good stuff that come out of it versus the bad stuff. It's common sense, but it seems to lack in a lot of places around here. But you know what I mean? If somebody is so passionate about something and they want people to know about it, well then how come you're not putting a little money in it, putting an advertisement on TV or starting an organization, and an organization is funding this, but funding it in the right way, funding it in the way that, look how healthy I am, look at all these problems that have been eliminated from me changing my diet. Not even saying that I'm a vegan, just changing my diet to eating
more plant-based.
All plant-based. Start there. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. For a lot of people, the ethics kick in later. A lot of people go vegan for the dietary reasons, and then a couple years later or a year later, they start getting emotional about the animals. The ethics of it will kick in later.
And they're not keeping the calories up.
If you have emotions for animals, you need to eat more calories.
No, it's not about that. It's about they're not thinking. Let's go stand in front of a truck and stop it from going to the slaughterhouse. That to me is not thinking.
Yeah, I mean it's stopping traffic. You're causing an accident and giving unknown fluids to animals. Yeah, I mean I can see the overarching problems on both sides. But
yeah, no, it's crazy.
Thanks for your time, Rick.